welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Thursday, October 13th, 2022, and this is part 4 of our week-long 5-part NBA season preview series. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tess Mellis.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, Tess? Next to him, it's the bearded one, my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey-yo! And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is, and here we are. How do you rate that hello from JD today? I would say it's going to get an 8.
Ooh.
Maybe a 7? I don't know.
I have a hard time ever figuring out what the rating's going to be on that one.
Yeah.
I'm shocked when it's a 10. I'm shocked with a 6.5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me a 7.2.
Well, we'll find out in the comments section of this YouTube video a little bit later today. Shout out to the stream team joining us live right now here on YouTube. Make sure you like the video and subscribe and comment away. Share the show. Get your No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. Send in your questions and comments to nodunks@theathletic.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at No Dunks Inc. And before we get into today's questions, I want you to check out yesterday's Is This Good podcast with Matteo, Trey, and JD debating a number of topics. Did you have a personal favorite, TK, that you guys were breaking down yesterday?
A personal favorite? I like the memes that are going to come from people dropping dog poop in each other's garbage cans out there. I think we're going to start a movement amongst the stream team here about, just kind of like a community garbage can. Bring all the poo from the area, drop it in our buckets, and we'll take it to the curb.
If the bag is tied, drop it inside.
If the bag is tied, drop it inside.
I think we should make stickers that you can slap on.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Your garbage can.
That's a great idea. Just slap it right on there. This is a dog poop friendly bucket.
Yeah.
I like that.
A new bumper sticker.
Did you ever get to that, by the way? I'm not that far into the podcast.
Oh, well, bumper stickers are in. Bumper stickers are in. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So check out Is This Good with Matteo, TK, and JD yesterday, talking about, whether it's okay to throw your dog's poop in someone else's trash can. That was a hot, steamy topic. Yeah.
A lot of feedback out there on social media.
People have opinions about that for sure. Before we also get into our first question here in part 4, a little update on one of our questions from Wednesday's podcast, which was, what game will LeBron become the NBA's all-time leading scorer? A few No Dunks fans pointed out this Twitter thread from @CrumpledJumper, who was running some simulations to predict which day it could happen. Look at the breakdown here from @CrumpledJumper. The important thing to note, is his simulations say post All-Star break, and we were debating that, like, when's it going to happen?
Injury is the big factor there, that LeBron's going to miss some time.
Yeah, he said these simulations sampled from a distribution representing all of LeBron's games from the last 3 regular seasons, so they're working under the assumption that he will score about 27 points per game and miss about the same number of games, around 25% of the season, as he has lately. So we will see. This was just a fun little note here from @CrumpledJumper. And by the way, you can bet on this stuff at BetMGM right now. 2 particular, there were like 10 bets you can make about LeBron becoming the NBA's all-time scoring leader, but these 2, when will LeBron break it? You can go on or before Trey's prediction of January 31st against the Knicks, or after that if you want, though you're not getting as good of odds on that one.
That's why it's a good bet.
And
After's a good bet.
Yeah, and then where will LeBron break the NBA scoring record, at home or on the road? And road-heavy favorites there. So there you go. If you want to get crazy and you're a true sicko, have at it.
Can you bet on every game?
There was, honestly, there was something like that. You could... Yes. The answer is basically yes.
That makes sense.
It was crazy.
Opening night. You probably get good odds on that one.
You get very, very good odds. Okay, well, let's get into our questions here. Our first one in part 4, which team is most likely to disappoint? Did you find this difficult?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I go the Zion route. Frankly, if he doesn't play. Watching him now in the preseason, I'm hyped like anybody else. He is a 9th wonder of the world. There is nobody like him. In NBA history, there's nobody like him who can handle, who's that big. It's a defensive lineman with handles and the agility. He turned his ankle yesterday, and he just walked it off. He is... That's
good.
Yeah, but, yeah, you can't get away. We talked about LeBron missing games. You can't get away from the fact that he has missed a bunch of games, 85 or he's played 85 over his 3 seasons in his career. even the national TV broadcasters are staying away from him. We'll get to that in a little bit, that the Pelicans aren't on national TV as much as you'd expect for a guy who just signed a max deal. David Griffin, GM of the Pelicans, always said, yeah, we're not going to put a clause in there for his injuries or anything. He kind of lied to us. There's a little clause in there about his weight plus his body fat percentage not being over 295, and they could essentially waive him and not have to pay him if they're over that. Now, they didn't get into the injuries like Joel Embiid, which I found interesting. Joel Embiid's contract, if he's got a foot injury or he's got the knee, foot or back, then they can basically waive him. So the Zion, they gave him a max, they believe, and David Griffin always told us he was just big boned. It wasn't about him not being in shape. Well, it is about him being in shape because he looks freaking great. And yeah, history just says, I don't know if this ninth wonder of the world can play basketball. We just don't know if the body will hold up. But my God, it's so special watching him. So that would be a huge disappointment if he is injured at some point.
Trey?
I don't know if I think this team is actually most likely to disappoint, but it wouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I don't think if the Suns suddenly had a pretty bad season, just because the vibes seem to be a little bit off. Perhaps things have been repaired a little bit, but between the way the DeAndre Ayton contract went over the summer and the current trade request from their fifth starter and Jay Crowder, that just seems to me like, I remember once Tass had some cupcakes delivered to the office.
Okay.
We didn't get to them right away, and they weren't stale. But you said they caught a little air.
Yeah, I got to give credit to cameraman Rick.
They caught a little air.
Cameraman Rick was asked after we gave it to the crew. And Rick, our man, Rick Blackburn, the first goofy at Disney, said, yeah, they're all right, but they caught a little air.
Yeah. And that to me is kind of what's happened with the Suns here. They're not stale yet, but they're on the pathway to stale, so they've certainly caught a little air. And it, to me, feels like the clock is sort of suddenly ticking on this era of the Suns, and it felt like they had things set up really nicely. They went to the finals, they led the league in wins, but with the way their season ended last year and everything that happened this summer and the continued problems that they're having with their personnel and maybe not even having their team settled, it just feels like they are a little bit past their prime. Doc Rivers, Chris Paul used to always talk about a team going stale eventually, which is what happened with the Clippers when Chris Paul was there years and years ago. If it doesn't happen for the Suns this year, they might be starting to think about moving on in the future as well. So it's just, I don't know, this finally feels like there's a little bit of pressure on the Suns this season.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you believe this is going to be tough. Do you think it's championship or bust?
Yeah.
For the Phoenix Suns?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then that, is another reason to sort of include them here. That's why I went with the Clippers. Because they're coming in as like, that's their plan, is to win a title here. You pay this massive amounts of money to your two superstars. You have this super deep team. Your owner with his deep, deep pockets. You got a new stadium coming in a new part of town there in California. So like, they plan on winning a title here. And so you could disappoint if you don't, or you struggle even, and these guys miss games in Kawhi and Paul George. Hollinger pointed out that the Clippers' tax payment is greater than the Grizzlies' payroll. That's how much money Ballmer is putting into this squad. So you've got to deliver. And a lot of people are high on the Clippers. I think too many, personally. A lot of people think they'll run away with the number one seed because, they're like a 500 team when these guys aren't even playing. Kawhi misses the entire season. Paul George only plays 30 games. He misses the play-in. And they're still flirting with 500. So I get it. But why couldn't that happen again, unfortunately?
Yeah.
And yes, it's great to have a deep team, especially if injuries are going to come into play. But, you got to figure out some of these guys are going to I deserve X amount of minutes. And there's a lot of, massaging of egos at times with that. So that's on Lou to figure out. And he's a great coach, so he probably could. But yeah, I'm just not as high on the Clippers as I feel like a lot of other people are, especially when we're talking championship or bust. So that's my team that's likely to disappoint. And they're the Clippers.
Exactly. It's like you throw the Clippers in, you can obviously throw the Nets in as well. It's the same thing with the Nets, though it feels a little bit more self-inflicted with Brooklyn than it does with LA. LA, you're just kind of nervous that one of the top two players is going to come down with some sort of injury at some point. But I'm with you. I just feel like those are a little bit of cheat codes. The Nets and Clippers, that's their thing, man. Disappointing.
Yeah. I think I have sort of we're talking always how deep the Clippers are too. And they are on the wing. They have 8 really good wing guys. They have one center really on the roster. If Zubats goes down, if he picks up an injury, who is playing center for them? It's Covington, I guess, as a super small ball center.
Nicola Batum, Marcus Morris.
Fine, maybe during regular season, not in a matchup with, say, the Nuggets or something like that.
You need
lots of
Zubats.
trouble. So yeah,
they're a modern team in that they don't really want to play a backup center. They let Isaiah Hartenstein go. They've got 7'2" Moses Brown in camp to potentially be a backup, but they think that they can use their strength of just a bunch of wings, like they did in the playoffs in 21 when they went to the conference finals when Kawhi got hurt. That's the positive if you're the Clippers. He got hurt a long time ago. It is a long time since he played basketball. We're getting to 16 months here. Everybody thinking that he'll stay on the floor. Paul George talked about the championship window. He said, my championship window is tight. So they're all focused. Kawhi stayed out last year in the postseason. Could have come back, but he is ready to make a long run. It's interesting. It's very interesting. They could be disappointing. I was looking up dumb predictions for the upcoming NBA season because we'll get to that question a little bit later on. And somebody said, the Clippers are going to have a better attendance than the Los Angeles Lakers. Which I said, never. But actually it happened in 2019, 2020. It was, that was a bit of a weird season, but there was a lot of home games, and the Clippers had a better attendance than the Los Angeles Lakers.
Really?
Yeah.
At the same barn?
At the same barn.
Same barn, huh?
Yeah, they were at 100% capacity. They're selling out. I guess that was the first year of Kawhi, and I guess they thought they were going to be good. Yeah, they sold out more than the Lakers. Surprising.
Hollinger, in his prediction about the Clippers, too, had made a good point that, especially with Ballmer in charge, and they do have aspirations to win a title here. Hollinger said they had 7 players making between $10 million and $17 million, and the ability to trade a first-round pick starting in 2028. So it wouldn't shock him or maybe anybody if the Clippers really push all in as we got closer and closer to a trade deadline, if they feel they're missing a component, a piece to going deep. Because they have the contracts to make it work, future picks, and they obviously, that's the goal. So it's something to watch, I think. It
is a positive, though, that this team that everybody's just stomped on for years is going for it. As you said, the payroll is basically the Warriors' payroll. The luxury tax payments are different because of how that's set up, but they're, Stevie's putting his money where his mouth is, and it's happening. So you're right, though. The championship window is slowly closing.
So we got the Pelicans, the Suns, and the Clippers, 3 Western Conference teams.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the East through the first 3 previews. Had to jump.
Okay, good.
But yeah, the Zion thing to me, I guess I went more personal disappointment than a team that could disappoint.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, let's just say, hypothetically, Zion didn't even play again. This ankle that he, fake rolled the other night, he's like, it actually hurts. Bye.
Yeah, he walked through that, shot the free throws. That was a bad turn. You check the Will Guillory tweet, who covers Pelicans for The Athletic. That he was ankle down on the floor almost. No props. He looks good. He looks good for a guy who injured his ankle.
Okay, but if he didn't play again, the Pelicans are still a pretty damn good team, as they proved after getting McCollum and Nance after the deadline. I don't know what you'd have them at. Would they be a 500 team?
Yeah, they were a 500 team after a tough start last year, but I think that's probably about where they would top out is in the play-in tournament in the Western Conference, but a 500 season. But yeah, they obviously need Zion to really make some noise, I do think.
That's not good enough in the West. Warriors, Clippers, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Wolves, Mavericks. Not going to mention the Suns because they're part of my dumb bold prediction later.
Here we go.
But all those teams are going to be better than the Pelicans no matter what. All those teams. So the Pelicans need Zion to jump into the top 6 with the way things are.
Okay.
Unless we're going to go 1 through 16 and jumble them up this year. That's still not going to happen.
Okay.
We'll see.
Next question. Must watch League Pass team. All right. Now I'll tell you who's got the national televised games. The Warriors have 30 of them, and I'm only counting TNT, ESPN, and ABC. Okay, I'm not counting NBA TV.
Not today, NBA TV.
No. The Lakers have 27. You see there, Celtics coming in third, 25, and then the 76ers, the Bucks, and the Suns with 23 and 22 respectively to round out that top 6. So, I guess what I'm getting at is it's sort of difficult to pick one of these teams, guys. I mean, you can. There's still a lot of League Pass games.
You cannot pick.
Okay.
You can't pick a team that has a quarter of their games on national TV.
Okay, good. Thank you.
No way.
Mine's under a quarter, and they're on this list, so I'm allowed.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, it's the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
Go
you're
ahead.
correct. Fine, I'll start. The Memphis Grizzlies have 18 games. Fine. So you can watch them for another 64 on League Pass. They've got one of the special players in the league, obviously.
Yep.
MVP candidate very, very soon. The team is young. The team is hype. Also, I'm being, this is a little bit about me, considering they're in the Central Time Zone, but they play all the Western Conference teams. So you're getting a lot of Western Conference love without us Eastern Conferencers having to stay up till 1 a.m.
Okay.
Sucks for them. They got to do a lot of flying, but they're young. They'll be all right. It's a young squad. It's hype, as we know when we went there on Martin Luther King Day just 9 months ago. And they haven't priced out anyone, I don't think, of the building. So the arena still feels collegey. It feels authentic. It's not a Chase Center. It's not one of those stadiums that it costs $1 billion to go in. $10 parking around the arena when we went there, and we still went in the air quotes media parking where we paid $0.
Yeah, what a move by us.
Yeah, we just said the guy at the gate asked, "Are you here for media?" Yeah, we're here for media. Yeah. We don't have a pass or anything.
So, security a little lax.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please.
I think the vibes are still immaculate. You probably said that 58 times last year. I think I'm feeling the same thing. Although that's why they're on national TV a little bit more this year.
That's right. Yeah, because John Morant is like must-watch superstar level. But they force a ton of turnovers and they play a fast game. I'm with you on that.
That's true.
They got Ja. And Desmond Bane is fun to watch, too.
Yep.
I think. There was a tweet earlier this week from Legion Hoops. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it is still true. But the tweet went, the Grizzlies opened the season at home against the Knicks. A marquee opponent. The Grizzlies, a League Pass team. Tickets are as low as $7 to get in the door.
I saw that.
Make a drive?
How is that? How is that possible?
Football season. I don't know. How is that possible?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
It should cost more than that.
Yeah.
It should cost $14 at least.
That's
the way it is.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Sprite Zone in the Air Canada Center back in the day. $5 to $7 to get in. I believe it. And that's what makes it hype in that arena as well.
Real fans.
People care.
You ain't priced out at $7.
No, I hope not.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Okay, so the Grizzlies, Tass is saying must-watch League Pass team.
And it looks cool. Too.
Hell yeah. I love their entire color
blue.
scheme. They've got the Vancouver Grizzly throwbacks. They do that. Yeah, I'm with you on their aesthetic. Jerseys, court, the lighting.
Yeah, nice lighting.
Yeah, good broadcast team too.
Yeah,
which is important here for League Pass. Let's not forget about that. Trey, where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere, and I'm actually not even able to watch this team on League Pass. But this is a recommendation for anybody outside of the Atlanta area. Watch the Hawks on League Pass. The Hawks are going to be a watchable team this year. Trae Young, a walking highlight. DeJounte Murray seems to be highlight-laden as well. We're seeing crazy alley-oops already from Trae Young to Clint Capella. He can get up. John Collins has had a handful of the best dunks in the league for the past couple of seasons, mostly off alley-oops. So, yeah, for us, it'll be a throw on the Bally Sports app. Must-watch Bally Sports team right now is the Atlanta Hawks. But if you're outside of Atlanta, you're watching them on League Pass. They're going to be fun.
I can't believe we have the same answer. I have the Hawks
Sickos,
too.
yeah, man.
I would add John Collins, baptizing fools.
Sure.
It's always good for a dunk or two a month. It feels like where you're like getting you out of your seat. Bogey catches fire. He has those weird games where he can go off for 30 points easily. He's very streaky that way. You got the ATL celebrities. A bunch of rappers, I'm too old now. I've never even heard of half of them, but people seem hyped about them, so I like that part. You got Big Tigger from the Basement Days. He's the new PA announcer. I think that happened last year. He took over for Ryan Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, interesting. I guess
yeah.
he wasn't the PA guy,
Yeah.
but he was always there doing
He's like the DJ.
in-arena stuff. Nice, yeah.
You got Sir Foster,
Yeah.
of course.
Of course.
Tickling the keys. He's always good. And then, the revamped State Farm Arena, I think it does look better. I love their jerseys. They're set, I guess, overall. So that's a good one. The one con, I'll say, against the Hawks, if you're watching on League Pass, I'm not the biggest fan of their broadcast duo of Bob Rathbun and Dominique Wilkins. Though you get some Vince Carter. You do get some Vince. I hope he's
Vince.
still around. But it's not. They're not on the top of my leaderboard for League Pass announcers. Sorry.
Hey, you can't win them all. Can't win them all out there. You like that new Lil Yachty song? You know, Sir Foster is going to be tickling the keys. I till go on to Poland.
But I have the Hawks. They should be. They should be. I mean, look, that's a team we could have answered in the first question. They could disappoint.
Sure.
Yeah.
They make this big deal for DeJounte Murray and give up all these future draft picks. Hell yeah, they better win some games now.
Did they get rid of that local blackout thing on League Pass?
I don't know.
Who knows? They dropped the price by like 50%. It's $99.99 this year. Smart move. Smart move for Sir Foster would be to steal this thing I heard at the baseball game.
Yeah.
You know, the organ. It was a dun 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 dun. You know, the classic baseball. But they slowed it down. Dun dun. At first it's fast. Dun 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 dun.
Oh.
Dun,
Keep
dun,
going.
dun, dun.
What's the
Why?
people starting to clap? I don't really. Yeah, why?
Because people sing along or hum along, I guess.
You do.
Charge! Anyways, it was really fun. You got to steal that. The Hawks games are fun. Yeah, big tickets, fun. He was the PA announcer in the Abu Dhabi games. They went there to play Milwaukee in the preseason. I heard big ticket. It's like, whoa, this is a home game, and that's why the Hawks were so good. I believe in that team.
All right, that's a fun question for everybody out there. I know there's Zach Lowe's League Pass rankings, and he's basing in style of play in the court and the announcers and stuff like that. I think his top 10 actually just dropped today. I know he had his first batch out there a couple days ago.
According to Joey Starr here in the stream team, they did not drop the blackout for local games. He read that article on The Athletic, a great website, theathletic.com/nodunks. There you go. See, the thing is also...
So our pick, we can't even enjoy.
Oh, you'll find a way.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess what am I talking about? We're not watching it on League Pass. We're watching it on Bally Sports.
We're the Bally Boys.
We're the Bally Boys.
Of course we are.
Yeah, you're the local ones.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay.
But I will say, all the nationally televised games, like you said, the Grizzlies have 18. You can still go watch Pete Pranica. You know, there's still the local feed. Pete Pranica, the play-by-play man with Brevin Knight. Yeah, you can still watch the local feed.
Mm-hmm. And
you watch the radio broadcast, or can you listen to the radio broadcasters while you watch the Hawks games? I think you can.
Yeah, I'm sure I could.
You get a transistor radio, yeah. Like a dad at a football game in the 1990s.
Yeah. Love it.
Maybe. What about you could fire? Hell yeah, you can. You can fire up Danny LaRue and Nate Duncan talking about the games on a lot of them. Some of these feeds.
You can.
I have, and I might again. All right, well, let's hear from everybody out there. Must watch League Pass teams, and state your case here in the stream team or in the comments below if you're listening to the podcast a little bit later. We'll take our first break, but when we come back, oh yeah, another award, Most Improved Player Predictions. Don't go anywhere.
Guys, busy weekend in the ATL. And I was the most Atlanta dad to ever dad. It was Porch Fest here in a neighborhood close by, and my kids were playing in it. And none of those kids in that band have licenses. So I did what I swore I would never, ever do again. I hauled drums and amps up and down stairs, ran cables behind planters. I said sibilance into a mic multiple times. That's right, I was a GD roadie for Mongo Pretty, my kids' bands. Had to knock on the door once. Excuse me, ma'am, I think we blew one of your circuits on the front porch here. Embarrassing, but it was fine. It was a gorgeous day. The kids killed it. I spent the rest of the afternoon drinking PBRs on strangers' lawns, and that went well into the evening. So the next day, had to get up early. Why? To go get those drums. Brutal. Thank goodness for my old friend. Starbucks. Oh my God, why am I so bad at this?
look like a mirror, or what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm not used to this. I'm not an on-air guy. Starbucks Baya energy drink. And thank goodness I had the sense to hide my last can of mango guava behind cans of Guinness, which is a risk because look at how eye-catching this is. I mean, it's a beautiful label amongst the black cans, but the kids were fooled. They didn't see it because they sucked these things down like crazy. And I sucked this thing down. Fridge opened Sunday morning. Glug, 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 glug. And I was good to go, man. Got in that car, got in the RAV4. I had so much energy. I could have taken those drums assembled and just threw them back into the back of the RAV4. I didn't, though. I sat in the driver's seat. I didn't even get out. It's like, kids, welcome to the glamorous rock and roll lifestyle. It's Sunday morning. Go get those drums. And, you know, listen. This one's my favorite, the mango. Oh, my God. Why can't I do this? Mango.
Yep.
But they also have raspberry lime, which is very elusive. Can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with it.
We've got JD in the stream team saying they sell out in stores all the time.
Yeah, they do. It's true. And then the pineapple passion fruit. Not my favorite, but, you know, this one's the best. Mango guava. Yeah, so you can get them. You can get the two of them, not the raspberry one. It's available online at grocery stores, convenience stores, and gas stations nationwide.
All right, back in the Classic Factory. Can you guys hear me? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I can't hear myself right now. I don't
You
know
can't?
what's going on. No. Anyway, we're back in the Class Factory as long as you guys can hear me out there.
I hear you.
We've done Most Improved. We've done Rookie of the Year. We have done
DPOY.
DPOY. We now have another one here. Most Improved Player. I thought this was extremely difficult. I think Vegas thinks it's extremely difficult when you see the odds on trying to predict who could win MIP this year. I think JD has it. It's, you know, there's no real clear-cut favorite. Anthony Edwards is plus 900. And then you see Haliburton, Maxey, Zion, Brunson, RJ Barrett, Cade Cunningham, second-year player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and LaMelo Ball. So did you struggle as well in trying to pick a name, Trey?
This is the first answer I had for any award because I think Tyrese Maxey is the guy. I know he's second on the odds there. They should offer something where you can just pick Tyrese and you get both Tyrese Maxey and Tyrese Haliburton. I think that'd be fair. But I really love the You Know Ball podcast. My main man, Trill Bro Dude over there, is always coming out with Tyrese Maxey propaganda. Basically, the only players you can compare Tyrese Maxey to statistically are Jamal Murray, Damian Lillard, and Steph Curry. From a statistical standpoint, you know, he's a great catch and shoot player. He's even better with the ball in his hands. He's lightning quick from end to end. I think Harden's going to be setting him up. When those two are on the court together, I think that Maxey will handle a lot of the creation roles. When Harden goes to the bench, he can play alongside Tobias Harris. He can play alongside Embiid. There are just so many different ways that Maxey can play off of the other stars in Philadelphia that I think we're going to see him take a leap to become. I mean, he took a leap last year, no doubt about it. He was so good last year, but I think he's going to be seen more as part of the Big Three in Philadelphia this year, as a locked-in member of the Big Three. And like I said before, I think he's going to be the second leading scorer on that team. So give me Tyrese Maxey.
He was so good last year, and that's why I kind of hesitated to take him for this award now, because how much are his numbers going to improve? Because that's what voters will look at. He's at 17.5 last year. Really good percentages, great catch and shoot guy, as you said, above 40 shooting the three. That's phenomenal.
Had some awesome playoff moments as well.
But yeah, if voters are kind of like a year behind, as we say with defensive player of the year perhaps, and he is a little bit more entrenched as one of the Big Three, which he should be. He is the third best player. No disrespect to Tobias, but I think he'll take on that role. Maybe, but I don't think the numbers go up enough. And I'm not going to pick my guy just to piss you off, but I think Cade is going to win it, even as a second-year player, because the numbers are low, plus opportunity, which I don't think Maxey has as much, because Cade has all the opportunity in the world, plus the numbers, the percentages are low, so I think he'll just improve. So the poor percentages, like 31 from three, he can do a lot better than that, and at about 17 per game, he can do a lot better than that too. So you might see a huge jump from Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go crazy this season because there's like 4 or 5 rookies from last year that are in their second year that might be making a case to win MIP, right? You said Cade, but Scotty Barnes could be in there. Mobley, for crying out loud, could be in there. Franz Wagner.
Jalen Green, maybe.
Jalen Green. Josh Giddey, maybe.
Alperen Şengün.
6 or 7 guys. So, yeah, I'll be going nuts because I think it's sort of weird for a second-year guy. But, looking back at last year's top 3 vote-getters in MIP, they were all first-time All-Stars. So I wonder if a Maxey has to become one. Maybe a Haliburton, an Anthony Edwards is a popular name. Because it was John Morant winning, DeJounte Murray second, Darius Garland third. 3 All-Stars for the first time.
Yep.
And that's the way we've been going with this award. It's like that jump from, you were good, you were maybe on the radar, and then now you're playing at an All-Star level, and you've been rewarded as such.
That's why Anthony Edwards is a decent pick.
Anthony Edwards is that why it makes sense why he's the favorite, even though it's crazy odds for the favorite. But yeah, his just thing is like he's already scoring 21 a game. Is he bumping it up to like McGrady-like levels where he's like, because McGrady won MIP when he went from the Raptors to the Magic, got his own team, and then was scoring like 26, 27 a game. That's when he won it. Edwards obviously on the same team, but it's like a new team in the sense Gobert comes. Does he become just like the go-to scorer on that team and bump it up to 25? I guess it's feasible.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why he would be an option and an all-star, sure, if they win a lot of games.
It's tough though.
Yeah.
Just with you got some big usage guys beside him in Towns, D'Angelo Russell as well.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of lobbies for Gabi, for Rudy Gobert in the middle. That's going to happen. So, yeah, how much are they going to? He is a phenomenal player. But if he gets the All-Star, the nod there, kind of like Tyrese Maxey, if he can squeeze in an All-Star, then it becomes more about just how good you are in this league rather than just the numbers, which I tend to look at. But that's a good omen for Edwards, that the guys last year, as you said, and Garland, Morant was a special case though. That's just a special.
Well, that was. I mean, a lot of people thought it was silly that he even won Most Improved because it was like he was doing this.
That was his MVP award.
Yeah, right. As we talked about at the time.
In the MVP conversation.
Tyrese Haliburton, the other Tyrese, is a decent bet too. I mean, in 25, 26 games with the Pacers, the guy was like putting up numbers. They weren't winning, but some people don't care. He was
numbers.
he was like basically 18, 10, and 4 in his Pacers stint. Mm-hmm. It continues that goes up a little bit. Oh, man, I mean it'll sort of be, or it would be like comparable to DeJounte Murray putting up big stats there for the Spurs last year. So I assume he's going to get some votes. Whether or not he'll get enough to win, we'll see.
That's a good bet. Just bet the Tyrese.
Bet the Tyrese line.
Are there any crazy wild cards that you want to chuck at the wall, see if it sticks?
I like all the Rockets ones.
Yeah?
You said Jalen Green, throwing an Alperen Şengün. It's a reach. It seems like a reach right now. For sure.
Wendell Carter Jr.?
Whoa, I was not ready for
hey,
that.
man, you asked for a random one.
Yeah.
He could be the Magic's leading scorer. That's what Magic fans want. He's a rock.
Maybe if he leads the league in rebounds, he could get the MIP this year. It's tough to find a random player
because everybody's on the odds list.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If you look at that odds list, there's everyone.
Ooh, Lauri Markkanen? He should probably score 20 a game this year.
That's nice.
Colin Sexton? One of those two should score 20 a game, I would think, for the Jazz.
Didn't Sexton do that?
He did it when the Cavs were bad,
Yeah.
So Markkanen's a good one, though. He looked great. In Europe. I am interested to see the Tyrese Haliburton, if his percentages stay the same, because they have through his first 3 years, even as a number one guy with Indiana. The guy is a rock. He's literally been at 41%, even, again, with just him and Buddy Hield on that team. Miles Turner wasn't even playing, no Sabonis anymore. That guy is solid, and that's why everyone thought immediately, like, well, how do you trade him for Sabonis? You got a guy that can, be a 12-time All-Star, right? That's what we were expecting at the time, which is a little crazy. But he showed out in those 26 games. I'm looking forward to seeing how that happens or how that plays out over a whole season.
Space Orb 9 in the stream team. Markelle Fultz for MIP Agenda. Some Fultz love that he gets. Back to playing hopefully consistently and putting up some numbers as another Magic player. We got a lot of Magic players, I guess, on the board here in Franz, Fultz, and Wendell Carter Jr. Can Ben Simmons win MIP?
Yeah, that's why these are no.
No?
Even Zion's on the list.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't play last year. He should improve.
He should be a lot better than
improve.
last year.
Kawhi could be in the running. Yeah, absolutely.
They can win.
Ben Simmons would be hilarious. He's like an all-star already. But like
All NBA, wasn't it?
it would be look, if he suddenly was hitting threes, taking threes and hitting threes and improved at the free throw line, how could we not start the narrative like, damn, this guy improved?
That's not something I'm worried about.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Looking
if it
good on
happens,
the
it happens.
looking good on that short roll yesterday, though.
Some other names being thrown out here. You got some James Wiseman. You got some Marvin Bagley the third. He's already injured.
He's injured, unfortunately.
So Jalen Brunson, it fits the mold of a guy that could be an all-star
Yep.
and could have good numbers on a team that could surprise some people or be a little bit better than maybe some thought with the Knicks. I like that one. Jalen Brunson makes a lot of sense. Good stuff there from Zach here in the stream team. Okay, our next cue. We do it every year.
It's a nice segue from Jalen Brunson here, Skeets.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Which player needs a nickname?
Jalen Brunson does.
Oh.
He's going to New York. You need a nickname in New York. I know that sounds stupid, but you can't call him Jalen because there's already a Jalen Brunson. He can't be a first name guy. There's a Jalen Brown, I should say.
Yeah.
So he can't be a Jalen. He can't be a JB because there's another Jalen Brown. Brunson Burner is fine.
Yeah. See, the problem with Jalen Brunson, he does not seem like the type of player that will ever have a nickname.
That's why this nickname works, because
There
I
we go.
agree with
Oh, you have
There we
one?
go.
Okay.
The Rock.
Okay.
He is dependable. He will always be there. You can't change him. You can't take him. You can't speed him up. Can't slow him down. But he'll also never have a nickname. That's just the way it's going to be. But he needs one. He needs one playing in New York.
The Rock, Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Will
like,
Dwayne Johnson sign off on this?
yeah, it's fine. Like Barrett to the Rock. You know.
Mitch Richmond
Or
was
Julius
the
Randle
Rock.
to
I mean,
the
there's
Rock.
That you don't care. Okay.
Yeah, they're built the same. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying it's a winner, but I think it's hard. It's hard. Nicknames are hard. I'll start
Nicknames
with that.
are hard, yeah. I totally
we'll start
agree.
there.
Okay.
I just wrote down random notes about nicknames. So I'll just say some things about nicknames and you tell me if it makes any sense. Maximum Struce.
I'm in.
Kinda, yeah.
Keegan Michael Murray. Kind of like Keegan Michael Key,
Yeah.
but also kind of like Chad Michael Murray. Call him the boy band. Keegan Michael
It
Murray.
makes sense. King Keegan is. I had that on my list.
That's not bad.
That's
I like
nice.
He
that,
plays
actually.
with the King.
That's
Yeah.
better. Scotty Beans.
For Scotty Barnes?
For Scotty Barnes. Apparently loves beans.
So I'll jump in here. That was the player that needs a nickname, in my opinion. I think he's such a character that he's deserving of a nickname.
You think it's Scotty Beans?
I'm not against it, but you know, there's Scotty Too Hottie, of course, that's thrown around. I saw Scotty the Gotti, which okay, he goes by ya boy Scotty on his Instagram handle and Twitter handle, and then I saw someone trying to make the case. I think it was last season for Scotty Barnes to call him Barney. Because
Purple.
Barnes,
awesome.
Barney plays for the Raptors, purple jerseys. He's a hugger, like he's a lovable guy, like Barney. But then it's like it all works, it all fits, but it's like nobody wants to be called Barney.
Barney on the break.
I mean, Jack Armstrong yelling Barney would be fun, but
I just saw a video that Alex Wong tweeted of all of the Toronto Maple Leafs going through their nicknames, and every single one is like, oh, your name's Barnes, your nickname is Barney. Yeah. Every single one. So as a Toronto player, I think it's perfect
Barney,
for
okay.
him.
Yeah. Scotty Barney.
Scotty Barney. That sounds pretty weird.
Double Y.
I always thought he'd get a motorcycle. He'd be Scotty Ducati. If he did, get him a bike.
Scotty Ducati.
Okay, keep going with your
Barney.
notes.
Kristaps Porzingis can't be the unicorn.
That's your note.
Just
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That's my note. He needs a new nickname. Because Kevin Durant named him the unicorn. We're like,
Yeah.
You never see this. A 7'4" guy blocking shots, shooting 3-pointers. As soon as he got that nickname, we saw that all around the globe suddenly. So
Okay.
nice horse.
Nice. Horse.
High quality horse. I don't know.
We said
Something else.
We said goat. I think we called him goat because he had a beard, I think.
Oh.
And we said if you shave, then you're a goat. Like shave the sides, then you're a goat. Close to a unicorn. No, it's not.
No, we're not calling him goat.
First step's the
Calling
goat.
Porzingis goat.
How about this? Who could be nicknamed Meatball?
Well, Gallinari
Why
had
were
it.
you when you were making this list?
That one very. But
Who could could be a nickname. I like it.
Spicy Meatball. That's Danilo Gallinari. He's injured,
Meatball's a
though.
fun nickname. I wrote down Marcus Smart for some reason.
You
shape?
stay being a meatball.
Marcus the Meatball Smart.
Oh, yeah.
And we kind of got into this talking with Alex on his podcast. Every NBA player's nickname is him. He is him.
Oh, yeah.
So you got
Yes,
Himmy Butler and Him Hardaway Jr. But then that started me thinking of that famous clip of Pete Weber bowling, and he knocks down the pins. He's like, "Who do you think you are? I am."
Yeah.
Also a cool nickname. I am. I am Dasumu.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Not bad.
Oh, you can
Maybe
see-
I'm him.
No, you're meatball.
Meatball, my bad.
I'm him.
Meatball, okay.
That's what I was thinking about when it came to nicknames. Also, I think it's cool that LeBron called Victor Wembanyama the alien. That's going to
Yeah.
stick. And that's a cool nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he went against the unicorn. He said everybody's doing the unicorn thing. That guy's not a unicorn. He's an alien.
It's good. It
It's
is good.
good.
What's funny, I don't know, I think I had tweeted it before him. I didn't say alien, but I said when I saw Wembanyama play, like in these recent games, I was like, this guy looks like a legit Monstar. Like the Sean Bradley Monstar. You know, like looks like it. And so, Alien's a nice, it's sort of pretty similar there to the Alien of the Monstars. When they were, maybe Porzingis is the nerd luck now. Is
Maybe so.
that what they were
Maybe
called?
so. Yeah,
So,
oh yeah.
little guys.
Perzingus. He's got a good PER.
Yeah, the alien's pretty good. Eric Bledsoe could be the meatball. Eric Gordon could be a meatball. People are saying Meatball Mobley.
Meatball Mobley. He's so skinny, though.
Yeah.
He's so skinny.
Yeah. I just had a
Eric Gordon's
Meatball
good,
sub?
actually.
meatball sub, yeah. From,
Gordon is good.
I finally caved. I went to Subway the other day and got a meatball. I tried a meatball sub.
What? You've never had a meatball sub?
Not from Subway. I usually would only ever get them from Firehouse Subs.
They make a great
They
meatball
make
sub.
a damn good meatball sub. And I don't have one around me, a Firehouse location, so I was longing for that sub. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it at Subway. I'm gonna give it a go. No. Back to the normal BLT for me. Yeah.
Barbecue BLT, if I'm not mistaken.
They don't have barbecue anymore. Oh. At least in my location. I don't know
Well,
if that's
what do they put on the meatballs?
Well,
like a marinara sauce,
yeah, it's
probably.
sauced
Okay,
up.
yeah, sure.
anyway.
I also ate meatballs yesterday, obviously.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Just looking at my sandwich. Hey, it'd be a good nickname. Who could be Meatball?
All right, let us know. Grant Williams, could he be Meatball?
That's
I
good
mean,
too.
these are big guys.
Meatball Mo Bamba. Good stuff. Good stuff from
The
the
stream
stream.
team coming through here in this weird question. Which player needs a nickname? If you've got a suggestion, even better. And then, the bonus question is who should be named Meatball? That'll be a running, question all season long. Let's take one more break when we come back.
Can Rudy Gobert be a meatball? Because he needs a new nickname. Nah.
You don't want the Stifle Tower anymore?
Boo.
You don't like it?
It's his best one. That's his best one. The French rejection? No.
No one says
No one
it.
calls
The Gobert report. I saw that on Basketball Reference.
No one calls him that.
That's clever. But yeah, it's got to be the Stifle Tower. Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's got to be something about defense. Rudy, don't go Bear. Don't go there.
No.
It's not a nickname. That's not a nickname. I don't know. Meatball. Rudy Meatball.
If a player doesn't have a nickname, they might be Meatball.
We're gonna have 20 guys named Meatball. It's gonna make our podcast so confusing because everybody's just saying Meatball. Nobody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta take a break. Final break. When we come back, we're gonna look at the NBA.com GM survey and share our most surprising results and a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere.
If I were to check my search history, right at the top would be, when does the pharmacy close? Well, Amazon has a pharmacy. Yes, that Amazon. And it doesn't close. Amazon Pharmacy delivers a better pharmacy experience that delivers directly to your door and works with most insurance plans. And it helps you save time, save money, and stay healthy. Prime members can save up to 80% on their prescriptions. America. And there's transparent pricing, so you know what you'll pay before you pay it. And there are real pharmacists who are always available at Amazon Pharmacy, no matter what time it is. Jeff Bezos just got his pharmacy certification. Bezos ain't there. Anyways, your medication gets delivered to your door. A pharmacy that works for your life with meds delivered. It doesn't get better than that. Switch to Amazon Pharmacy and save time, save money, and stay healthy. Learn more at amazon.com/nodunks. That's amazon.com/nodunks. Amazon.com/nodunks. Average savings based on usage and inside RX data as compared to cash prices. Average savings for all generics are 78%, 37% for select brand medications. Restrictions apply.
All right, welcome back, meatballs. 2 more questions.
Oh, listen. Last thing about a meatball. Who shut it here? Swish Rivera said Kenny Lofton Jr.
Right.
That's a good one. And Kenny Lofton used to hit some meatballs. He loved hitting meatballs.
What's
Meatballs is a big old softball, easy ball to hit.
Oh.
He's throwing meatballs out there. Like anybody can hit those meatballs.
Gotcha. Braves were hitting meatballs last night?
No, they fought for it.
Small meatballs last night. Usually it's all about the dingers, but they were getting the job done just moving the ducks around the pond.
Nice. Yeah, these guys love baseball. All right. Our question here, most surprising result from the NBA.com GM survey. Schumann putting in all that hard work, tallying up the votes. I think it said the 21st
What?
running of this survey.
Jeez.
I think that's what it said in the introduction. Schumann, if you're in the stream team right now, hey, Meatball, let us know. Schumann is Meatball? I don't know. I like it.
John Meatball Schumann. That's good.
It's sort of catchy. But anyway, what was the most surprising result? Task, get us started.
The question, who is the best international player not in the NBA? Why wasn't it 100% Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah.
It should have been.
Because people really love Mirotic.
Yeah.
Meatball Mirotic.
Yeah. Over half the people didn't pick Victor Wembanyama. Are these GMs doing their job? Because Nikola Mirotic, he was a solid NBA player, but he hasn't been in the league for a few years. And are they telling me that if they could pick one or the other, they'd pick Mirotic over Wembanyama? I just don't understand. Looking at that, no, maybe they're thinking something different.
That's how I sort of.
He's an international player and playing in a different league. So of course I'm parsing here. But somebody also picked Eddie Tavares.
That was crazy, man. I was like, what? I did not expect to see that name.
Yeah, with 7'3", Eddie Tavares. Sorry, you've made some mistakes here, and you should retract it. Schumann should put all these GMs on blast to see who picked Mirotic, Micic, Vasilya Micic and Sasha Vezenkov, along with Eddie Tavares, received votes.
You think it should have been 100% alien?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, that's me being picky. There's some other ones out there.
What do you have, Trey?
I like how one of the, 5 of the questions are who's the best point guard, shooting guard, all this thing. But you can get votes for different positions. So I think Doncic got votes for point guard, shooting guard, small forward. So this season, Schumann had to add on the question, highest percentage of total votes on position questions. Who showed up on the ballot the most times?
Right.
Interesting. Giannis and Steph Curry, tied for number 1, showed up on 18% of votes, followed by Jokic, Doncic, and Kevin Durant. So that's kind of the NBA GM's top 5 players in the league right there.
Yeah,
Giannis, Curry, Jokic, Doncic, Durant. So for me, a little bit of a surprise to not see Embiid. I guess he's probably not showing up on a power forward. Yeah. He's only showing up in the center. And no LeBron. Has to be a little bit of a shock that he wouldn't fall in the top 5 guys for NBA GMs.
Yeah. He's got some point guard votes before, has he?
LeBron? I'm sure he has, yeah.
Probably.
So he's... Yeah, borderline dropping out of the top 5. That makes sense. Makes sense.
I made note of that too. Specifically, best point guard in the NBA, 72% of the GM said Steph Curry, 14% said Luka Doncic, and then who's the best shooting guard in the NBA? 45% say Devin Booker, 28% say Luka Doncic, 17% say Steph Curry. So it's like they don't even know.
They don't even
know where to put
what
them.
are positions, Schumann?
What are positions?
Yeah. Also, this made me laugh, and I know it was done in the summer prior to what happened with this particular guy and his teammate. Which player is the best leader? It was Chris Paul, Curry, LeBron, Giannis, Lillard, but also receiving votes, said Schumann. Jimmy Butler, okay. And Draymond Green. Whoops. Hell of a leader. just punching the young kids right in the sucker face.
Right in the sucker face.
So that was just made me giggle.
The leader one, huh? Steph Curry? Did he come in higher
22%
than Draymond?
Well, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Because he's the leader of that team.
yeah. And then what do you think about least surprising? If you were to flip it on its head here, this question. Team having the best home court advantage. The Raptors got 21% of the vote from the GMs, and then followed by the Celtics and Nuggets were tied for second, 17%. So Raptors, Celtics, Nuggets. Is there another team you would include in that? Best home court advantage.
I guess the GMs when they're picking the Nuggets, part of their calculation is it sucks flying to Denver on a back-to-back, the altitude, so that's part of it.
Yeah.
The Raptors and the Celtics.
Well, the same could be true for the Raptors, I guess. We got to fly. We got to go through security. We got to fly to a different country. We got to make sure everybody has their passport.
We have passports. Yeah, I guess so. But I think they're buying into the Raptors crowd just being crazy.
Those are pretty good crowds.
Crazy loud. It's an interesting one. They have sort of priced out. I hate to say it. But the real fans in Toronto as well. It's friggin' expensive. Ain't no Sprite Zone no more. I don't know. But usually the winner of this, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Golden State Warriors usually, or the Blazers. One of those two. But the Warriors priced everybody out at the Chase Center. Nope, too expensive. Nope. You got to have a reasonable ticket to win this, I think. And yeah, the Warriors are on that list as well. I'm surprised the Blazers aren't there as well. I guess you got to be a good team. Would you put the Raptors, though? I mean, let's all biases aside. Playoffs, of course. The house is rocking.
Yeah.
The regular season, they could be louder. I think there are better regular season arenas.
Crowds.
Yeah. Give me Blazers. I think that's fine.
Okay.
I think they're ready every game. You give me the Grizzlies at times, I think.
Very good.
Okay.
The Jazz, people are saying?
Jazz were last year's, but people aren't scared of the Jazz.
No,
they're a little lower right now.
Your team has to be somewhat good.
Yeah, definitely.
Dumbest bold prediction. You teased yours.
Okay.
So have at it.
The Phoenix Suns will finish in the play-in tournament this year.
Wow, that's a spicy take.
Yeah.
That's a meatball spicy take.
They were down 46 in a Game 7 at home. I've never seen anything worse. I think that carries over. There has to be something to that, considering that DeAndre Ayton played 17 minutes in that game. He still isn't whole. He was asked in the preseason after signing a contract with the Indiana Pacers Suns match. He comes back to Phoenix. He's asked, "Are you happy to be here?" Yeah, I'm happy. He's not happy. I don't think that locker room can be happy. Jay Crowder wants out. Chris Paul, as ready as he is, he's been running with Ashton Kutcher on Peloton. He's 37. I mean, we're getting old here. And teams with better records, I think, to make this dumb prediction come true are just these. These teams just have to be better than the Phoenix Suns, even though the Suns won 64 stinking games last year. A lot of games. The Warriors, the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, the Clippers, the Wolves, and the Mavericks. Just 6 teams. And there could be others. The Pelicans could be super good. So I think 6 teams will be better than the Phoenix Suns this year because I'm not buying the juice. Now, I don't think it's like the end of the era here with the Suns, like it was with Chris Paul and the Clippers or Chris Paul and the Rockets. Like, it's not like dead, done, over. But the West is just damn good. So that might, expedite how bad the Suns team is. It's a dumb prediction, but it could happen, I think.
It's tough because they're top 6, 7 guys. It's damn good.
Do they like each other?
Do you have to like each other?
No. But
that's the age-old question.
But yeah. But the other, it's all part of the I'm taking it all into account, and I think the Nuggets are just in a great place. I think they'll have a better record than the Phoenix Suns and all those teams I mentioned, the Clippers, the Warriors. The Suns should be a better team than the Mavericks because you say top 7. Well, obviously, besides Luka, being the best player, if you're, to throw those 2 teams together, throw all those guys on the wall, but then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's probably the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, so they should be.
The Suns five starters. I mean, it's incredible if they all do like each other enough and play well for Monty Williams. Yeah. I mean, come on, Chris Paul, Booker, Bridges, Cameron Johnson, and DeAndre Ayton. damn good five.
Starting lineup for sure.
That's young. Besides Chris Paul, that's a young five too. Like that's an energetic five. So.
Hey, it's a dumb prediction.
No, hey, I love
It's
it.
bold. That's why it's bold. Yeah, it's really bold.
TBD.
Very bold. What do you have, Trey?
I've got the leaders in the scoring, rebounds, and assist categories for the upcoming season.
Okay.
Zion Williamson will lead the league in scoring.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty bold. I don't mind that.
Yeah. James Harden will lead the league in assists.
Yeah, I said that yesterday. You like that?
Domantas Sabonis will lead the league in rebounding. All lefties.
Ooh.
All lefties.
Whoa.
Good year for the lefties.
Whoa.
You're looking at your hands,
Shout
big
out to
boys.
Ned Flanders.
Yeah, I
never
mean,
been
Zion
done
is
before.
probably like the biggest reach of all. I mean, obviously he's a walking bucket, but he's still got to get to 30-plus points per game for the season, and he's got to play, 3/4 of the games or something, right? Like, LeBron didn't even get to that number last year.
Right.
Harden, I think, is hilarious. Like, people are like, Harden lead the league in assists. He was second in the league in assists last year. And Sabonis is not likely to lead the league in rebounding. He finished third last year. Gobert led the league in rebounding. I am assuming his numbers will go down a little bit playing alongside Towns in Minnesota. So Jokic probably slides up and leads the league in rebounding this year, but the allure of an all-lefty category leaders was just too strong.
No, that's solid.
That's never been done before in the NBA.
Yeah, probably.
So it's bold.
Mine is extreme. Mine's more dumb than bold.
Good.
Actually, hold on. No, I take that back. This would be the first time, I assume, in NBA history if it were to happen. But it's definitely dumb. Last year, we had 3 teams in the Eastern Conference finish with identical records, 51 and 31. It was the Celtics, Bucks, and 76ers. I think something similar is going to happen, but we're going to crank it up this year.
Okay.
In both conferences, we're going to have 4 teams tied with identical records. All right, and what I'm getting at here is parity, baby, parity. I think we've talked about it. We've gone through the conferences. There are a lot of good teams that all feel around we feel strong about. So I think in the East and the West, what will the number be? It'll be probably 48 or 49 wins. 47 to 49 wins for these 4 teams in each conference, tying. So we are going to have some crazy, crazy final games when we get into mid-April, early April. Because we're going to have like a million ties and trying to figure it all out. It's going to break our brains. All right? That's
Your
my
2 predictions
dumb.
kind of like play off each other, I think, because you need the Suns to lose a lot more games. They won 18 more games than the 7th place Timberwolves last year. But if they can kind of split the difference between the Timberwolves and the Suns, it's looking all right if we redistribute some of those wins.
All right, let's go through the stream team here. Some suggestions for dumb, bold predictions, because you can go everywhere with this one. Okay, I see a couple about Kyrie. Eric says Kyrie retires at the trade deadline. That's very bold.
It is not a 0% chance, though. You got to agree.
But Dennis Rodman says, maybe this is even crazier, Kyrie will cause no off-court controversy all season long. Which one's more likely? No controversy off the court from Kyrie, or Kyrie literally retiring at the trade deadline? Legit question.
I think you're getting plus 125 for retire and minus 150 for 0 off-court drama.
Yeah. Okay. Multiple NBA teams get sold in the next 9 months. That's from Zach.
Okay.
Multiple is the key part.
Okay.
We know the Suns are up for sale, so we would assume that would happen. But who's the second?
Mystery team.
Who's the third team? Yeah. Okay. Good one. Tenzin says Karl Anthony Towns will be an MVP if the Wolves are top 3 in the West.
Don't accept that.
You don't know?
No.
No.
You can't.
Unacceptable.
There's a caveat there. If they're just say it.
Just say it.
Just say it. It's just a comment in a stream team. The Wolves will finish top 3
You know what's
and MVP.
massage that a little bit. Just say Karl Anthony Towns will finish in the top 3 MVP voting.
Okay.
That's
bold.
still
That's
bold.
bold, yeah.
Still bold, but maybe more realistic.
can't
He
believe
also,
it.
he also says the Pistons will be last year's Pelicans, so they'll make the play-in. They'll be that team that turns it on and
I love it.
sneaks in there. That's okay.
love
Amelia says Alex Caruso becomes an All-Star. That's very, very
That's
bold.
bold.
Very bold. Ben Simmons will lead the league in screen and hockey assists, says Kofi. Okay.
He loves wearing hockey jerseys.
True. What else do we got here? They're flying in here.
Blazers get cold. Oh, Blazers get sold. I thought it said Blazers get cold. That wasn't a
Gets
joke.
cold in
That
Portland.
wasn't a good joke.
Calvin says Westbrook turns back the clock. Okay, that's. I don't see that happening. But and then Calvin also says Haslam will be most improved player. Now that's very bold.
I'd be surprised. Yeah.
Let's hear from everybody, especially you listening to the podcast or watching later on YouTube. Drop your dumb bold predictions in the YouTube comments. Tweet them in @NoDunksInc. Maybe we'll do a little roundup. Put together a little fun video of us saying everybody's dumb bold predictions.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
There's going to be some parity in the NBA. There's no doubt. I don't think anyone's going to win 60 games this year. It's not a crazy bet, but yeah. If anyone wins over 55, a bold prediction would be no one wins over 55.
Whoa.
And it's possible. It's definitely possible with how many good teams in both conferences.
Yeah, but
there's only
that's
one
gotta
last
be
year, right?
I think 2. I think we had a 56 win team.
So we have
for
the
the
Suns and Grizz. Okay.
Suns and Grizzlies.
Yep.
They got to come back to earth.
All right. That's part 4. We have one part left. We're almost there with our season preview series, our burning questions. If you guys are enjoying this, leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. Like, subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube, share the show. I will remind you to check out yesterday's Is This Good podcast. It's in the No Dunks YouTube feed and podcast feed. Get your No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. Get those questions and comments in, nodunks@theathletic.com. Tomorrow, our 5th and final part. Burning questions include surprise playoff teams. Maybe the Pistons will be in the mix for that one. Which player is entering a make or break season? And our finals predictions. We'll call the teams, we'll call the winner, we'll call the finals MVP.
Oh, that's not easy. That's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not
And
at all.
everybody always looks back and asks us,
How could you?
how could you
Yeah,
do that?
you dummies.
Yeah.
Later today.
And everyone always looks back and says, are those the same questions you used last year in the preview in the exact same order? Everybody always asks that.
They're very
Don't
similar.
give away the secrets,
They're
man.
very similar. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Later today, new No Buffs Survivor episode, 1 p.m. Eastern. No Buffs has its own YouTube feed and its own podcast feed, breaking down episode 4 last night. I thought a very, very entertaining episode, so I feel like we got some fun topics to debate. TK and JD.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be talking a lot about machetes. I just think we're going to talk a lot about machetes.
Good.
I
Awesome.
think it's going to come up.
All right, so we'll see you later if you're a Survivor fan over on No Buffs at 1 p.m. Eastern. Otherwise, you basketball sickos, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern live here on YouTube. Until then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, throw your dumb, bold predictions in the YouTube comments below. This one's a great one. New wedgie record from Reading Challenge, which would be breaking the record of 51. I'm sorry.
No.
We had 58.
Yeah.
You know, in the pandemic years, so it's like it doesn't count. But it happened. There was 58 wedgies,
Big
which
year.
smashed the record.
Yeah.
Previous record of 51. So Reading Challenge,
So
59 and plus.
We're going 60 plus?
60, yeah.
All right. Good prediction. Not dumb enough, in my opinion, but good prediction. All right.
Yeah.
Brace the day, people.